Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Gebo the Shaman, and today we are talking about what the Rune Hagalaz means. So, Hagalaz. So, in order to, we'll get into that, but before we do, I'd just like to let you guys know that I am a Vedic astrologer. I do have Vedic astrology readings. I have a bunch of things, a bunch of courses, products, services, and all that stuff, so you can check them all out. I have them listed up here, but you can check them out by going to my website down here, gebotheshaman.com, and that link is down below in the description as well. Alright, so Hagalaz. This is Hagalaz means hail, snow, health, healing, holistic. It's self-assessment, cleansing, and purifying. So this rune corresponds with a Norse deity called Hole, and Hole is the mother goddess, and she basically in times of old, people would the Norse people would tell their children when it was snowing, "Oh look, Mother Hole is shaking out her bed sheets," because in those times their bed sheets were made of like feathers and stuff, and they would, when they would be shaken out, they would, feathers would fly all over. So anyway, but when it would snow, they thought they would tell their children that Mother Hole was shaking out her bed sheets, and so it has to do with snow. It has to do with healing, cleansing, because what is snow? Snow is cleansing. So it's this descending energy. So it's this descending energy that is very cleansing, very healing, very nurturing, and purifying. And it is also to do with hail as well. So this is the energy of Hagalaz. It's very cleansing, purifying, things like that. It also has to do with self-assessment. So self-assessment, evolution, and changes. So, it's basically self-awareness in a sense. It's healing, because the thing is, we have Raito in the south, and then we have Hagalaz in the north. So this is kind of healing. It's very cleansing. It is self-assessment, because when you assess yourself, when you it's like trying to dive deeper into your issues and figuring out why you are the way you are and what makes you tick and things like that. It's self-assessment, and self-assessment brings healing. So that is very important. So the divination meaning is self-assessment, evolution, and changes. So remember, this also has to do with healing as well. So this basically, it's a really good rune for chanting, to heal yourself, to heal from any emotional things that are going on, and any physical things as well. So so this is a rune that, like, if you use this rune in a divination, or in a rune spread, then it's like it could mean challenges, like, you know um, the hailstorm. The hailstorm was a challenge for people back then, because you couldn't really do anything during an intense hailstorm, but or a snowstorm. But if you waited and reflected, then you could come out better. So yeah. Anyway, let's see here. So in a divination, in a rune reading, this rune is could represent healing. It could also represent self-assessment, like like evolution, like your self-evolution, your awareness. So in a sense, like, say if somebody was using this for a relationship reading, I would say there's going to be some healing and some challenges, because healing is challenging. So healing the relationship, that it takes two. If this were a relationship reading, I would say that the healing process is going to take time. It takes two of you, and it's often not easy, because we all have our own psychological issues that we're dealing with. So if this was in a career reading, I would say that this is it has to do with self-assessment, evolution, and challenges. So I would say, by basically examining the work that you're doing, and seeing where you can do better, where you can improve, this brings about evolution, but it's also a challenge. So this also, so like when you try to improve, like realizing that you're not doing your best can be pretty hard, but when you actually do try to do your best, it can be challenging. So same goes with the relationship. It can be, you can see where you are wrong. You can clean up your side of the street, but it's going to be challenging, because admitting to our faults is not fun. It's never fun to look at yourself and look at what you're doing honestly, and with a wise mind. So there's that. So yeah, Hagalaz. All right, let me see here. So that's about it for Hagalaz. Now, the other thing that I wanted to mention is that Hagalaz is the first rune of the second 8. So the second 8 has to do with sacred space, mental and it's the mental and emotional realm. So this is the heart center. So we call this the heart mind. So when originally in the Vedic, system, they would say the moon is your mind. Well, everybody in Western culture thinks that this is the mind, but actually, this is the mind. It's the heart mind. It's the sacred space, the heart center. And this is why do they call it sacred space? The sacred sacred space, because your soul resides in your heart center. And we have this lightning energy protecting your soul from the harms of the world and things like that. So there's that. And then we have so that's the second 8. So the first 8, the first 8 are Fehu, Uruj, Dorisaj, Ansuj, Raito, Kenaj, Gebo, and Wunjo. Those are the first 8. Those have to do with physical material, the physical material world, like your physical resources, physical power, bodily, energy. Thorisaj is protection, boundaries, things like that. And so yeah, those all have to do with physical, the physical world, the physical aspects to us. The second 8 have to do with sacred space, mental and emotional energy. So this has to do with our our wants, our needs, our desires, things like that. So yeah. Alright, so that first 8 is the navel center, dealing with the navel center of the earth. Then the second 8 is the heart center. Second 8 is the heart center. So there's that. And the third 8 are going to be the third eye, the connection to divinity, things like that. Alright guys, so I think that does it for me for today. So yeah, so I will let you go with that. So if you want to check out anything that I have on my courses, any of my courses, products, services, you can check them out by going to gebotheshaman.com. Alright, and please subscribe and like and all that good stuff as well. Alright, so we do have the Qigong courses. So I have my Self-Transformation Challenge, which combines Kundalini Yoga, Qigong, and meditation, and the lightning energy of the heart center, like we just talked about. And then we have the Cosmic Qigong, which basically is the fundamentals of Qigong, the fundamental exercises of the Qigong exercises that I teach. And that also has some very high level practices and postures in it. So I would highly recommend checking that out. And then we have the Astrology Certification course. Oh yeah, before I talk about that, I want to talk about my rune readings. So rune readings, I do what's called a 9-world rune reading, and it it's 9 cards. It takes into account the 9 directions. The 9 directions are the 9 worlds of the world tree, the 9 realms of human existence. So this is a complete reading of you at this time on the level that you're at. So it's a very important reading, that very good reading that takes into account the 9 levels, the 9 realms of the human being, the 9 dimensions of the human being. We have our personal life, we have our relationships, we have our actions that we want to take, we have the hopes for the future, we have our guidance from the ascended masters, we have our subconscious and unconscious minds, things like that. So those are all very important things to be aware of. Alright, so then we have the astrology course, and when you purchase that course and you take the certification exam, I will give you your own website to become a certified Vedic astrologer, and do that professionally. So you'll get your own website with your own PayPal button, and it's a great opportunity. All right, so then we have then we have the astrology consultations, and those are great because they're astrology consultations that will tell you about your career, your relationships, and I do have just a standard standard reading that I do for everybody, and as well as you can ask questions and things like that. And then we have the let me see, birth time rectification. So if you don't know what your birth time is exactly, then I would highly recommend getting your birth time done by me. So that will give you, I explain it all down at the in my website. But yeah, it's a very great service. So check that out. And then we have the career coaching, life coaching. So if you want a personal consultation with me, then I would highly recommend that you get a career consultation with me or a life coaching session with me, because so what I'm doing is the career consultation is really good for people who are struggling to find out what they want to do in this life, like exactly what they want to do, and they're struggling and don't know what it is they want to do. So that helps you find your path and purpose. Then we have the life coaching. So if you are struggling on a deeper level with like trauma and emotional and spiritual blockages and things like that, and I can help you with that. So that's that. And then we have the trauma healing course. So that's just I originally call it the emotional awareness course, but I'm changing it into the trauma healing course because that's what I want to work on, and I'll be doing guided shamanic journeys with people in that course. All right, then we have the distance energy healing as well, so you can check that out as well. All right, so I'm done. Got through all my stuff, so thanks guys for watching, and we will talk to you next time. Please go to GeboTheShaman.com to get all my products, courses, services, everything that you could ever want is at that website. Anyway, that website will help you so much with your spiritual evolution. And then we have the subscribe and ring that bell and all that good stuff. Really helps the channel. Alright guys, so that's about it for me for today, so we'll talk to you next time. Peace.